Hey guys, got another controller from Amazon. Yeah, so this is another one that boasts having a 1500 watt power. And it's a complete kit, minus the battery and the motor, obviously. It goes for about 117.62 Canadian, but if you use your coupon, it's about 109. Let's take a look at it. Now, right off the bat, I thought the LCD would be a little bit bigger. Not as big as I thought it was going to be. Nice long wire. Don't have to worry about the length of that. Ooh, it does look a little beat up though. You seen that? Look at the scratches on that. Please tell me that's the plastic cover protecting the LCD and that's just not actual scratches. Okay, yeah, it's just plastic. It did a good job of protecting it because it's got a slight scratch right there. But that's alright. Moving on. Comes with brake levers, which are surprisingly good. These are all aluminum. Usually when you see these, they're cheap plastic. And they have the built-in e-brake. Wow. That kind of blows me away considering the price. I thought these would be plastic for sure. Throttle. It's got these. See, I'm not a big fan of these grips, but some people like them. It's supposed to be pretty good for your hands. The throttle is thick. It's not cheaply made by any means. I've had some cheap throttles. This one's pretty thick. You can tell by the sound of it, it's thick plastic. So that's pretty good too. Get this out of here. You got your pass sensor. Yeah, it's half decent. Not much I can really say about that. I've never actually used one, so we're going to be using that for sure. This, I believe, is the sensor that goes on your wheel for detecting, yeah, it's got an LED, it's for detecting your speed, which we'll play around with that too. It's half decent. Here's your magnet. Nothing cheap about that. Alright, well, I've already had a look at the controller and actually I'm kind of blown away. I thought it would be smaller. It's a 45 amp. And we're going to obviously open it up and have a look at the FETs and see what we can actually put through it. But for what you pay, it's half decent. Decent little connectors on it. Nice long leads. Waterproof grommets on there, which could be tighter. They're hand tight. There's the make right there. Brain power once again. Volts 36 to 48 volts. 1500 watt angle 120/60. Current limiting is, well, let's see, they say 50 amp, but on the website they say 45. The brake is low. And that's about it. Alright, let's get a screwdriver and have a look inside this thing. Once again, we got these not so waterproof washers. I thought for sure this controller would be half the size of what it is. Wow, for $100, it's pretty good. And you don't have to wait for AliExpress to ship it out. It takes forever to get to you. And if you do get it, But for a complete kit, I mean, they could have cut corners. They could have put a cheap throttle and plastic brake levers. The fact that they're aluminum is kind of blowing me away. Kind of interested in see how this thing performs. But I want to get the specs on the FETs and see what kind of caps it has. Pretty much will be like any those other two that I've already done a review on. At least they have a rubber seal in here, which is nice. Yeah, there's one in both ends. Ooh, nice. There's the inside. Nice and clean. That rubber seal only goes to about there. Wow. Wow. Actually, that is not bad. They even went, you know, they could have cut corners on this controller by not using the copper bus bars, which they did anyway. Nice and thick. The caps are a little chintzy. They're 63 volts rated. I'm not too worried about these ones here, but these two here are like really bad. Cool. Let's get the specs on these FETs. Okay, guys. Well, let me bring you up here. Taking a look at the PDF. The drain source voltage is 68, which is the max, and drain current is continuous is 110, which isn't too bad. It's another one where you couldn't really overvolt it that much. You could run it at 60 volts continuous, but I wouldn't go over that. But you definitely could raise the amps. And one thing I will note that it has really chunky shunts in there. So this definitely probably will put out 50 amps. It's got way better shunts than the other one I did the review on. It's a better controller all around. Yeah, so yeah, there's the that's the FETs, and the if you want to look it up for yourself, the FET is STP11ON 7F6. You can take a look at that and make your own kind of conclusions of what you would like to do with it. But this one here, I'm tell you the truth, I'm going to install it on the bike and see what I can do with it. But we'll be replacing those for sure. They even look the same as the other ones that I took out of the controller. But, there you go. It's a quick review. I'll do a follow-up when I install it. Actually, what I'll do is I'll put it back together and we'll power it up just to see what it looks like. We're just going to do an initial power up and call it a day. You'll definitely have to look up the wiring diagram on Amazon for the speed controller sensor and the pass sensor, because the wiring harnesses don't match up with the ones on the controller, so you'll know which ones are what. I'm pretty sure this one here goes to the e-brake, but that's not hooked up, that's not hooked up, and that's not hooked up. So we just basically want to see it fire up. I'm running at 32 volts, which is likely dead battery for this thing. You're going to make sure your connections or nothing's touching, which they're not. Oh, that's kind of cool. Backlight on the switches, which is kind of cool. Wow, nice and bright. It's powered up. I like the backlight's pretty nice. Let's see if we can get some throttle here. Yep, it's working. Cool. Alright, so there you go. This is ready to go. I'm going to throw this kit on my bike and we'll do some more testing on that. And throw some volts at it. See what it can take before it blows up. Later, guys.